At 50, homemaker Sally found herself facing an empty nest when her adult children moved away independently. She embraced this transition by starting remote work alongside domestic responsibilities. Her supportive husband encouraged her throughout this change. Her income began modestly at $200 monthly, then steadily increased to $600, eventually reaching $800. This growth reflected expanding opportunities in her freelance career. She valued the clients who trusted her with assignments, allowing her to boost their family finances. Their residence neighbored her husband's twin sister's household, creating familiar surroundings. Being peers with her sister-in-law fostered natural fellowship as they traversed life's phases with their devoted partners. Initially, some connection developed between them. However, Sally's contempt for her sister-in-law persisted, making basic interactions tiresome. Her husband echoed these feelings, expressing his own distaste for his sibling. Her arrogance seemed constant, her conceited attitude and tendency to demean others proving irritating. Her habit of displaying superiority grated continuously on Sally's patience. Within that household lived her bedridden son, nephew Tommy, 24 years old. Suffering from a severe condition since youth, he remained restricted to his mattress. His mobility constrained and existence dominated by sickness. Then arrived a text from her sister-in-law, laden with snide comments and patronizing tone. Beginning today, I'll be enjoying Hawaiian sunshine, relaxing in an upscale resort for 7 days. Obviously, he won't accompany me, will he? After all, my precious brother isn't exactly wealthy. You both must be struggling financially, correct? Maybe approaching marital collapse. Her language dripped with contempt as she proceeded. Meanwhile, I'll be attracting gazes on the shore in my bathing suit, enjoying all the admiration. Unlike you, with your dowdy appearance, no way you'd risk wearing swimwear with that sagging post-pregnancy stomach of yours. Unknown to her, Sally's physique stayed trim and firm, contradicting her 50-year age. Contrary to assumptions, she hadn't endured childbirth's physical impact. But her boldness was incredible. Admittedly, Sally's 2 offspring had affected her form. Her body hadn't completely recovered to its pre-pregnancy condition. Yet similar changes marked her sister-in-law, whose shape reflected comparable maternal alterations. Her sister-in-law displayed unwavering self-assurance. But to Sally, they remained equals. Maybe if she possessed remarkable beauty and perfect form, her comments might sting less. But why should she tolerate such remarks from her? Additionally, Sally wondered about Tommy's arrangements. So, what's planned for Tommy during your absence? Will anyone stay with him or visit regularly? Absolutely not. Too bothersome. He'll handle things fine alone, right? Besides, I've placed beverages and necessities beside his bed. That's horrifying. How could you contemplate such callous behavior? What? I don't require sermons from someone who hasn't experienced my hardships. My existence has been disrupted because of him. I never should have birthed such a child. Fine, then I'll care for him. I'll collect Tommy immediately. Do whatever suits you. I'll feel relief when he's gone. Just wait. I'll arrive shortly. Determined, Sally drove to her sister-in-law's residence, just 5 minutes away. Tommy, bedridden and dependent on specialized mobility equipment, required a vehicle accommodating his requirements. Therefore, she chose a station wagon. She's actually going to get him. Yes, I acted from pity for Tommy. He's viewed as merely a burden, lounging purposelessly at his age. Well, you're identical. Just a homebound spouse lounging daily. You too appear perfectly matched. I work remotely, you understand. I'm not simply idling as a housewife. And homemaking doesn't equal laziness, right? Remote employment, really? That's barely legitimate work. My husband and I maintain full-time positions. You're basically just a housewife. It's appropriate that you dedicate your life caring for Tommy. Is that right? Come along, Tommy. Okay. Tommy looked noticeably dejected. This was understandable considering his mother's treatment. Caring for a sick child proves undeniably difficult, but expressing such feelings before him seemed undeniably harsh. If she needed to vent, Sally wished she'd select somewhere away from Tommy. Despite his age, witnessing such exchanges would certainly cause emotional damage. After considerable effort, Sally brought Tommy to their residence. Shortly afterward, her husband returned. "Tommy, why are you present?" he inquired. "Uncle David, I apologize. Actually, your sister planned abandoning Tommy while vacationing. So, I offered bringing him here. I'm sorry for not consulting you initially." "No, that's acceptable. My sister has lost her mind. Abandoning him is terrible. Tommy, you're welcome staying here permanently. We'll care for you, Uncle David." "Exactly. You needn't worry about anything. I've always respected you." "Thank you, Aunt Sally." Sally's hatred for her sister-in-law and her spouse knew no limits. They're disgustingly vicious. However, Tommy remained different. Despite his illness, he exhibited compassion and intelligence. Though lacking formal education opportunities, his natural brilliance emerged. To Sally, he represented a bright child's essence. She was shocked learning her sister-in-law and spouse had traveled to Hawaii, abandoning their bedridden son. The possibility of emergencies during their absence troubled her. They couldn't return immediately. Her husband shared her disbelief. "Can you imagine? My sister and her husband vacationing in Hawaii, leaving Tommy behind," he commented incredulously. "I can't understand it. While I've never directly cared for him, leaving him without arranging care services or support feels disturbing. If we hadn't received that message, Tommy would have been alone without our knowledge. It's frightening." Sally agreed. "It's truly upsetting. I've never shouldered responsibility for a severely ill child. My parents remain healthy and have always preferred senior facilities should they become incapacitated. Consequently, I've never assumed caregiving roles myself. That's why I initially hesitated criticizing my sister-in-law. However, I still can't understand how she could leave her son with only drinks and simply depart. Given his condition's severity, they could receive welfare assistance and if needed, utilize temporary care facilities for extended trips." Upon returning, Sally's sister-in-law and family visited their house with gifts. "Here, consider this a memento. It suits you both perfectly." "What's this?" "We collected these seashells during our beach time. Since we have plenty, we thought we'd share some with you. We have no interest in them." "Really?" Rejecting my generous gesture. "Perhaps this driftwood piece appeals more to you." "We don't want any of it. Incidentally, how is Tommy faring?" "How is he?" "Not that I care about such a worthless child." "That's heartless. How can you speak that way about your own son? What do you understand? It's devastating birthing him only to discover he has serious illness. I want returned every penny I've spent raising him." "You can only say that because you don't comprehend the burden of raising such a child." "Oh, really? So, regarding what you mentioned earlier about leaving him with us, are you suggesting we adopt him?" "Do as you please. Who would willingly adopt such a child? Are you serious?" "It's not joking. I mean it." With that, Sally closed the door and her sister-in-law and spouse departed. Sally's husband and she decided to formally adopt Tommy as their own. And so, Tommy became a beloved family member. Despite initial shock from biological parents' abandonment, he gradually found comfort and joy in their home. Though confined to bed, he found pleasure using his hands to operate tablets and phones while lying down. One day, Tommy seemed especially happy. "Hey, guess what? My work is getting published in a literary journal." "Wow, that's wonderful. Which journal?" I have been writing stories as a hobby since I'm bedridden. It's basically all I can do. It's somewhat an embarrassing pastime, though. No need feeling embarrassed. Writing is an excellent hobby. Mind if I examine it? Sure. This is the first one I completed. Intrigued, Sally settled down reading the short story Tommy had written. It was beautifully constructed and deeply moving. This is amazing. I'm speechless at how excellent it is. Words can't really express how I feel. I just attempted writing on my tablet and surprisingly it was well received. So, I continued writing a medium-length story and this one too. It got published in the journal. I had no idea you possessed such talent. Sally shared it with her husband, an enthusiastic reader who was equally impressed. This is extraordinary. It has pure literary quality.
Yeah,
I'm influenced by Fitzgerald and Hemingway. I also admire the story of Ski and Saskia. Ah, that explains the style. It evokes melancholy feelings. The authors you mentioned often explore sadness and tragedy in their works. Thank you. That's what I aim for. And so Tommy's novel was scheduled for publication in hardcover. Choosing a pseudonym, he decided using the name Scott Well as the author. The inspiration behind the name derived from F. Scott Fitzgerald and Hermann Hesse's Beneath the Wheel, with Scott representing Fitzgerald and Whale from Hesse's work. Before long, the book by author Scott Well became a phenomenon, selling rapidly from bookstore shelves at remarkable speed. Witnessing his books earning a dedicated section in the local bookstore filled Sally with immense pride. Then came the astounding news. Tommy won the Pulitzer Prize. I've won the Pulitzer Prize. That's incredible. Your hard work has truly succeeded. Tommy's remarkable talent has been recognized by the world. It's a moment of pure happiness. Yes, even for someone like me confined to a bed. Recognition as a writer is achievable. It's a reminder to never abandon one's dreams. I could certainly learn something from you. A press conference was arranged, though they weren't invited. Tommy couldn't take the platform. His condition required him to remain seated in a specialized wheelchair with his upper body securely fastened. Sally wheeled him into the venue, noticing his tense demeanor and anxious expression. Eventually, the press conference began. I, Scott, while am author confined to my bed. Since childhood, I've fought a severe illness, spending most of my days in bed in isolation. However, within the confines of my room, books became my comfort. It was then that I decided to become an author myself, hoping to offer inspiration to others. I am deeply grateful to all those who have accepted my work as well as to my adoptive parents who have supported me. Following Tommy's speech, the journalists began their questions, some of which proved rather insensitive. They explored the topic of his adoption. In response, Tommy offered a poignant reply. My biological mother faced enormous challenges due to my illness. It's likely that she struggled to manage and may have developed resentment towards me. I can't blame her for it. Voices erupted from the crowd. What terrible parenting, yet Tommy showed no inclination towards seeking sympathy. Each person faces their own struggles, so I urge you not to rush to judgment. Please, I ask for your understanding. Once everything concluded, Sally's husband and she assisted Tommy into the car. Their vehicle was modified to accommodate Tommy's wheelchair with ease. Upon arriving home, they were met by Sally's sister-in-law and her husband. Tommy, he won the Pulitzer Prize. I'm thrilled. Come back to live with us. Sally's sister-in-law's demeanor suddenly changed. She likely envisioned Tommy's newfound success as a potential source of wealth. No, I'm staying here. I won't return to that house. But I'm your birth mother. My only parents are Sally and David. Then hand over the prize money. No, this money belongs to my mom and dad, not you. It's for Sally. What? I'm the one who raised you all these years. Give it to me. Not a chance. I don't consider you my parents anymore. Even when I was young, you insulted me. I didn't speak badly of you at the press conference, but you often said hurtful things like you regretted having me, even mentioning abandoning me. Do you have any idea how much that hurt? I'm the one who feels regretful for having a parent like you. You owe me an apology. I've done nothing wrong. How dare you forget the favor of raising you, she exclaimed. Her husband joined in, persistently demanding the money. Their greed left Sally astounded, wondering just how insatiable they could be. It was disgraceful, a display of sheer vulgarity. Despite boasting about their stable jobs and financial security, their behavior seemed utterly foolish. In response, Sally decided to confront them. You seem to have quite the obsession with money. I've noticed you selling various items on those online marketplaces, she retorted. You're so eager to turn a profit. Look here. You're selling a collection of seashells, aren't you? And it appears you're also peddling coral. Do you think that's acceptable? Everyone buys seashells to decorate their homes? She countered defensively. No, that's not acceptable. Perhaps collecting a few seashells as souvenirs from a Hawaiian beach could be permissible, but definitely not coral. Even if you argue they're harmless because they're not alive, that doesn't justify taking them. It's not just about that. Both seashells and coral play crucial roles in forming the beach ecosystem. Even if the coral is no longer living, it's still not appropriate to remove them. This is even stated on Hawaii's official website. I suggest you familiarize yourself with Hawaii's fishing regulations. You'll see it's not permissible, and you may even face fines for such actions. What? No, I refuse to accept that. Well, considering you're selling them online, it certainly appears malicious, so I'll be reporting you. We're going inside now.
Goodbye.
No, please don't. I'm serious. You'll get caught for sure. I won't hesitate, Sally warned sternly. With that, they promptly retreated into their home. Without delay, they contacted the authorities. While collecting a few seashells might seem harmless, the sheer volume being sold on the online marketplace by Sally's sister-in-law was alarming. It raised suspicions of potential poaching activities. Despite her possibly believing it was permissible to take coral as long as it wasn't alive, ignorance could have serious consequences. Of course, Sally also reported her on the online marketplace. Although she only became aware of the situation yesterday, she saw it as fitting payback. Since then, Sally's sister-in-law has faced consequences involving the police and paying fines. Sally hopes this serves as a wake-up call for her to recognize the seriousness of her actions and reflect upon them. Since then, Sally's sister-in-law has ceased visiting their home. Perhaps she fears Sally may take further action against her. Personally, Sally has no intention of retaliating unless provoked. However, she prefers to avoid interactions with her sister-in-law, so she's grateful for the distance she's maintaining. Sally hopes she continues to keep her distance indefinitely. On the contrary, Sally's balancing caring for Tommy while working remotely from home. Fortunately, she has assistance from a caregiver, easing the burden of responsibility. While tending to Tommy's needs can be challenging due to his bedridden condition, she finds solace in simply being by his side. Sally's priority now is ensuring Tommy can continue writing novels without worry. She dreams of his works gaining widespread recognition globally. Even their children have become avid fans of Tommy's novels. With their impending return home, Sally looks forward to cherishing moments spent together as a united family. Tommy's presence has brought unexpected joy and purpose to their lives. His literary achievements continue inspiring everyone around him. Despite the challenges of his medical condition, Tommy maintains remarkable optimism and creativity. Each day brings new possibilities for his writing career and personal growth. Sally feels grateful for the opportunity to nurture his talents and witness his success. The bond between them grows stronger with each passing day, built on mutual respect and genuine affection. Tommy's resilience in the face of adversity serves as a constant reminder of the human spirit's capacity to overcome obstacles through determination and support from loved ones. Their household has transformed into a sanctuary of creativity and compassion, where Tommy's literary genius can flourish without the toxic negativity he previously endured. Sally's remote work provides the flexibility needed to balance her professional responsibilities with Tommy's care requirements. The specialized equipment and modifications they've made to their home ensure Tommy's comfort and independence whenever possible. Regular visits from healthcare professionals help maintain his physical well-being, while Sally and her husband provide the emotional support he desperately needed. The success of Tommy's novels has opened doors to new opportunities, including potential film adaptations and international translations. Publishers are eager to work with him on future projects, recognizing his unique voice and perspective. Tommy's story has become an inspiration to other disabled writers and artists, proving that physical limitations need not constrain creative expression. Sally often reflects on how dramatically their lives changed when they welcomed Tommy into their family. What began as an act of compassion has evolved into a deeply rewarding relationship that enriches all their lives. Tommy's gratitude and affection toward his adoptive parents is evident in every interaction, and his dedication to his craft continues motivating everyone around him. The future holds endless possibilities for this remarkable young man whose talent has already touched so many hearts worldwide through his powerful storytelling.